Welcome to my website. As you can see, I've chosen a clear and polished aesthetic. I did this to not overload the pages and distract the viewer. I wanted it to be clear from the homepage that I am an aspiring screenwriter and director from when the website is first opened up. I designed my website for potential employers to see my portfolio of work. I chose a black and white colour scheme throughout the website as it looks sophisticated and professional, with a subtle use of deep red to bring some colour to the pages. I have placed a filmmaker logo at the top and in the middle to draw attention to my brand, Swipe Productions. I used the font Movie Film Strip as it looks like a film roll and created the border to look like an old-fashioned cinema ticket. I have linked the logo so that the viewer can click on it in any page and it will take them back to the home page. I have placed the menu bar underneath the logo so that it's easy to see on each page. I chose the font Avenir so that the page titles are easy to read and the red lettering to make it stand out. When deciding on fonts, I chose American Typewriter as it contributes to my writer image, similar to the use of Courier New, which is used in screenplays to reflect myself as a screenwriter. I then chose Avenir as it is clear and looks aesthetically pleasing with the others. I chose to use a slideshow on the homepage to show some images of myself on set working as a director and screenwriter, keeping the black and white colour scheme with the filters. The first image was chosen to show what was being presented, using the image of myself holding a camera, paired with a screenshot of a page of one of my screenplays, showing myself as a screenwriter and director. It was crucial that these images did not disappear too quickly, deciding on 3 seconds between each image. I made the slideshow expand to the full width of the page to capture the viewer's attention immediately, and chose to place the title on the first picture to make it clear that I am a screenwriter-director, which works well with the photoshopped split-screen image. Here at the bottom I have placed the links to my Facebook, YouTube and Indeed accounts so that the potential employers will be able to see my work on social media and my employment profile. In regards to the Wix adverts, I have a paid subscription but cannot afford the monthly fee to remove all of the adverts as I am currently a full-time university student. However, once I have a paying job and able to afford the monthly subscription, I will do so. I decided to create an About Me page to give the viewer an insight as to who I am. I decided to use a different image of myself behind the camera to show myself as a director, keeping with the same black and white filter. I placed a frame around it which makes it look like a Polaroid photograph. I placed a title above the About paragraph to remind the viewer of my role. I kept with the same American Typewriter font but on its own did not stand out, which is why I placed a black fill underneath it. My aim with this paragraph was to explain my inspirations from books to films, which created my interest in writing and eventually filmmaking. I think that these 3 paragraphs work well in starting with my inspirations, leading to my experience at university, the course introducing me to screenwriting and directing. I decided to use a contact section underneath. I've included my email address, phone number and social media links as well as a contact form. I made this section dark red to draw the attention to the most important points of contact. I decided to use a grey background in the middle section of the page to draw attention to the content. I have placed a video of my showreel here at the top and to this scale so that this is the first thing the viewer sees on this page. By clicking the showreel page, the viewer already knows what will be on here, so I wanted to make the video accessible for them to watch straight away. This is a YouTube video which plays when clicking on it. The viewer still remains on the page but can easily put the video to full screen. I also decided to include a title showing the year of production and the running time of the showreel. This description was included to explain what the showreel was and what films were used in it. I also included a mention to my short films page where the viewer could see the complete films and others that were not included in the showreel. I highlighted this in red to emphasise to the viewer. This is my portfolio page where I have uploaded the videos of my short films. I have decided to name the page Short Films as this is the type of film I want to specialise in. As you can see, I have once again included YouTube videos of the films, which, like the showreel in the last page, plays easily when you click on them. I decided to use the same American Typewriter font to draw the attention to the name of each film. I included my role underneath to show my contribution within each project. It was important for me to show this, which is why these titles are capitalised and in red. With each video I have written a description underneath to explain what each short film is about, to pique the interest of the viewer and encourage them to watch the film. I decided to include an icon button link to my written screenplays as I wanted the viewer, a potential employer, to read them. I had to include the explanation of the link button in the descriptions of each video as the viewer would not know what the button is. When clicking on the button, the screenplay is opened up in another window. Here I've decided to upload my sample scene from the pilot module last semester as my final major project was a feature-length script that was not made into a film. This is why I placed the explanation of this in bold and linked my full-length feature screenplay with another icon button link. Next is my promotional videos page. I decided to include my volunteering work with St Francis Animal Welfare as it shows that I am able to work to a design brief and work with a client. Promotional adverts could be a good sector to work in, which is why I chose to include this page. I decided to put the large title at the top to immediately introduce the viewer to the charity. I have also placed a description of the charity and my contributing role as screenwriter, producer and co-cinematographer. I put this in red so that it stands out to the viewer, encouraging them to read the reasoning behind making these videos. The full promotional video is underneath, as this is the main advert we made about the shelter as a whole. I made the video big enough to spread over the width of the grey background to show its importance. The 3 promotional videos were then placed underneath, smaller in scale, as they are smaller adverts about specific animals at the shelter. The use of the titles helped to navigate what each promo is, which is why I used the same font and black fill behind, making it consistent with the titles from the short film page. Last is my blog page. I decided to include a blog as I wanted to show various behind-the-scenes images and progress within my projects. Having done a small marketing campaign last year for the short film Blackbird, it encouraged me to share my ongoing progress of The Veteran. I felt that this was also a place to express my thoughts about the project and show my passion for filmmaking. The format, fonts and colour schemes are consistent here, creating the overall clear and concise layout of my website. The viewer can easily click on each video or picture, as well as the Read More buttons, which take them to a new page within the same window. The most recent work is at the top of the blog, which I will continue to add to and update as I create more films and screenplays. I hope you enjoyed my website tour.